afternoon or evening if you're watching the recorded version of this webinar. I'm Bruce. I'm a business advisor here with the Small Business Development Center at Columbus State Community College. And this is the first installment in our Small Business Spotlight series. This will be a series dedicated to talking to people who are in your shoes, people who have started or wanted to start their own small businesses. And we'll take this time to get some inside information from people who are living the dream. So our first guest is Destiny Layton. She is the owner of Lux Cleaning Company in Dublin. Destiny is a mother and a wife, and so she is living the dream here. So welcome, Destiny. Thanks for taking the time out of your schedule to be here.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. We'll just jump right in here. So, so tell us, how long have you been running your small business?
It feels like a while, but it's actually only been 11 months. So not even a full year yet.
Okay. Has it been a busy 11 months? Was it full of surprises, ups, downs?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What products or services does your business offer?
We offer residential cleaning and also like small business cleaning for clients in our community, Dublin area.
Okay. Do you focus on Dublin? Do you serve clients outside of the Dublin area?
Just surrounding counties. I don't really have, it's a lot to go further. The larger your area, the more you have to travel and have staff, more staff. So we're just starting small for now.
Okay. So part of what makes your business operations cost effective is limiting your geographic region. So.
Yep.
Okay. So what motivates you and keeps you passionate about your business? So, you know, we hear that a lot of times clients will say the perfect way to destroy something you love is to turn it into a business. You know, so how do you stay passionate about what you do every day?
Okay, so it's hard. There's some days where, you know, you want to give up, but I really enjoy helping people. I have a background. I was in the medical field for 8 years, and I recently had a baby, and my husband wanted me to stay home and for a whole year, do nothing, just raise the baby. So I was kind of always looking at owning my own business, and this just fell into my lap. And I really feel like I'm still helping people. You know, I get notes from clients saying that we're saving their marriage, and people that are just so excited every time I come. So it's just good. It's pretty good.
Okay. All right. So you're that feedback, knowing that you're doing something more. It's not just about helping somebody have a tidy, organized home or office. It's more to it there.
Yeah, like the quality of life, helping improve people's quality of life. And of course, you know, the money, the financial freedom of being your own boss is also a motivator.
Okay. So how do you compare it to working for somebody else? And this is probably a sideline, not something we talked about before, but is it more rewarding, more challenging, less rewarding?
Sometimes I wish, you know, it's both. You know, with the W-2, you get taxes taken out. So that's really the easy part of being employed, but you're also controlled, and your financial gain is controlled. So now, like, I like the fact that I can control my own schedule, and I get paid, you know, get paid for less work than 8-hour shift, you know.
Okay. All right. So there's a balance there.
Yep.
What do you like least about running your own business?
Just being on my own with it. You know, maybe this is a question later, but one thing I wish I would have changed is starting with a partner, actually having someone to like bounce ideas off of and talk to and come to conclusions together. So that's one thing that my least favorite thing is that it's all on me, like all on my shoulders, and it's a lot, you know.
Okay.
So yeah. And then also another thing is just working day and night for the most part, you know.
Okay. So when somebody says, what hours do you work? You can really say that you work all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you find you have a difficult time establishing a work-life balance or keeping work and your personal life separate?
Sometimes, not all the time. Like I said, I have a baby. He is 15 months now, but sometimes I get off work at like 12:30 and I go get him from daycare and have some time with him. So it's rewarding. I feel like it's just like emails and stuff you need to catch up on overnight. That's what's working all the time.
So no breathing room there.
Yeah, none.
What do you think is the most significant challenge facing small businesses in general?
I feel like there are multiple factors. I feel like there's not really much guidance, minus the support in the community. But for a new business owner, there's not a lot of like guidance of like what procedures and what you're supposed to follow. When I first opened my business, I opened an S Corp by accident, and I meant to file LLC. So I had to use the SBDC to help me correct that. So it's just like you're on your own, just winging it, and you have to find your way and fall down and get back up. So I feel like there could be more support into making it a smoother transition for people to start their businesses.
Okay. So connecting with the SBDC would have been helpful if you'd found us sooner, so that you would be better positioned.
Yes, I was watching the classes and doing all the things you guys offer. But I thought I could just do that on my own, So it's just multiple things like that, I guess.
I think it's really important that you said is falling down and then getting back up. So very often a business owner will take that initial stab at a business and it will fail for whatever reason, or there will be some sort of a obstacle. And instead of dealing with it and, like you said, getting up and keep going, they'll just give up and walk away. So how do you deal with that when you're approaching something? And as you said earlier, you're dealing with it on your own and you have an obstacle. How do you approach that? What keeps you determined to overcome that obstacle?
Yeah, honestly, I just ride the feeling out. Like some days I'm like, oh, I just need to stop this, because there's so much to like plan and hire and taxes, and there's just so much into it. That like I said, I wish I would have started with a partner, but I just ride the feeling out and then it just goes away, and I'm motivated because I honestly like what I'm doing and I don't really want to go back to what I was doing. So that alone keeps me motivated. And I've come too far. I look back at all my struggles and all the hurdles I've overcome. And honestly, I've come too far just to throw in the towel. And the fact that I don't want to be one of the statistics of a failed small business within the first 5 years. So just challenging myself.
Okay. Do you give yourself some kind of structure so that you can manage all of that? You were talking about, taxes, actually, dealing with customers and delivering services. How do you keep all that organized?
Excuse me. Honestly, it's really still kind of a struggle. Like I said, I'm only 11 months into this. So I have a business mentor. He owns a commercial cleaning business and has been in business for 10 years. So he kind of helps me and walks me through challenges like taxes and things that I was unsure about. And we kind of like work a plan together. So I'm thankful to have that.
Okay. So you're talking about other resources. So you have the SBDC and then you have your mentor. So you do have other resources out there. So
yes.
Yeah. Okay, excellent. What do you wish everyone knew about what it's like to be a small business owner?
I wish everybody, a lot of people plan, they think they have the plan down, but really I feel like we should take some more time and actually create a more realistic plan. Just think of every aspect of a business before you just start it, because there's a lot more versus putting it down on paper, taking classes, reading books. There's a lot more that you're unaware of until you're actually in it. So just taking more time and educating yourself. Did I answer that?
Yeah, you did. That was great. Okay. So in some ways, what you're saying is tempering that enthusiasm for starting a business, that excitement, or that passion for whatever it is they're going to be doing, with the information to help you decide how you're going to do this and if it's the right time, place,
Yes.
if you have the resources to do that. So
Money. Yeah.
money always comes down to money, right?
Yeah.
So what's the most surprising thing you've learned about running a small business in the last 11 months?
The fact of how much growth opportunity there is for my business alone. I have a waiting list, and just in my business, the most surprising thing I learned is just how much my services are needed, and being able to have the staff to keep up with the demand, and then just having waiting lists develop, and yeah, so that's surprising. I thought it was going to be hard to, market and gain clients, but right now I actually had to stop all my marketing, so I don't have new people requesting my services, and we can just keep up with what we have right now.
Okay. How are you handling that challenge of onboarding new employees and managing them and keeping your clients satisfied? So there's, another balancing act there.
Yeah, I will say it's a struggle. Like the quality of service is different from the owner's passion of it. So when I was started, I was just doing it by myself, and then started hiring people. And I feel it was a big challenge. Some people come for a little bit and then they stop, and I don't know. I don't know. It's just hard to keep up the quality of what I would provide versus staff. You try to teach them, coach them. But yeah, sometimes it just falls short,
Okay.
Definitely in today's economy, I feel like that has a big role in it as well.
Okay. What motivates your employees? Because there's a lot of talk about employees need to be paid more, but do you think that it is compensation? Is that what keeps employees coming back to work and doing a good job? Or is it more than that?
I feel like that's, pay, and then also having a good mentor, like being able to guide them through any struggles or learning opportunities that they need to be learned. Just guiding them through, as well as the pay. So I do offer like a pretty reasonable pay, because I want, as a small business, I want more people applying, so I can filter more people that would be best fit for my company. And then also providing them with any tips that I feel like when a client tips them, it motivates them to come back. So then it shows them that they're doing good work and that it's appreciated. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Businesses need to have a feedback loop. So you need to know, how are your customers, your clients assessing service delivery of your products, whatever it is that you're offering. Can you describe your feedback loop? I know we didn't talk about this before, but it's interesting. You're talking about your concern about employees delivering services and doing a good job. How do you elicit feedback from your customers and then integrate that feedback into your delivery model?
So I do have a form through my software where it sends an email asking quality of service provided, and then with that I will get comments. I've only had like 2 complaints in 11 months, so it's not often. So yeah, everyone seems mostly satisfied. There's a couple clients, that just weren't the right fit for me, for my business. So, you have to kind of let them go. So I just use that form, and then if everything's good, it's usually sent out within 24 hours of a first initial service. And then, so I read over that, and then send a thank you to them for responding. And then that form goes out after every service. Some people just don't fill it out every time unless they need to, but yeah, I try to manage that.
Oh, nice. Okay, so you do have that feedback loop in place, and you're acknowledging it, and you're being timely about it. So they're feeling not just that they're receiving good services, but then they're being asked to give feedback about them. So really nice.
Yeah.
So I do want to touch on, you mentioned, firing a customer, which is something that small businesses often will be hesitant to do, because it's money is money, and they'll take the money no matter where it comes from. But sometimes customers aren't the right fit. They aren't your target market. They do need to be, set free to find other services. How do you approach that? That requires a diplomatic voice. So what's your advice on dealing with that?
I mean, I understand a lot of small businesses don't fire clients, but I feel like after I received my first bad Google review, I was even the situation, I was hesitant of even starting services for this woman because she smoked in her home, and I usually don't clean homes where people smoke, but I made the exception because I didn't want to, just going through that experience where she ended up writing me a bad review anyway, and knowing that I didn't want to clean her house to begin with, I decided I need to be picky. And I want my employees and myself to be able to like the community we have. So, and that is our clients. So if there's somebody that's just, just doesn't fit what we are looking for, I just kindly just let them know that, or I've even said like add them to a wait list, just so they, so I'm sorry, but just getting them on a wait list usually, and then letting them know via email that it's just not a good fit.
Okay. And it's an uncomfortable topic, how many businesses do actually, decline to serve a customer, and approaching that can be tricky, and it's very delicate. Yeah. So
there's a lot of red flags that you can look for my service in particularly, but with like my intake form, we have certain questions on there. We'll kind of filter what we don't want, the clients that we don't want out. So it helps to have that.
Okay, so you have a pre-screening process in place. You don't just accept everybody who calls and says, "Hey, Destiny, can you, clean my house? I have a party on Thursday."
Yeah, no, we don't.
Okay, it's very blunt.
I mean, all clients aren't good clients, and I just want to keep the environment good. Like I said, I've only had 2 like minor complaints in 11 months where I'm on a networking Facebook group where cleaners are like scratching surfaces and like damaging people's homes. And we've never had that happen, thankfully. It's just like a streaky floor complaint or, things where I can learn, so yeah. But I feel like if you just take any client, there's room for that just to get chaotic.
Okay. So it is a relationship, and it needs to be developed. It's not just, here's the money, take it and run. So
yeah, I think so.
What role would you say your gut instinct plays in what you're doing? I mean, because we emphasize focusing on data, information, things that you can measure and things that you can control, and objectives. A gut reaction, a gut feeling, a sense isn't one of those things. So how do you approach that when you don't feel right about something, or you believe something should be a particular way?
I feel like I want myself and or my staff to want to come back to the client, so if there's something like weird going on in the home, is this what you're asking me?
Yeah, it's not, yeah. Because we tend to undervalue our instincts, but they do play a role in running a business. So yeah, I'm wondering how you approach that.
Yeah, I feel like the relationship with the clients and my company is mutual. We will leave them bouquets of flowers and a thank you card occasionally on their counter when they come home, and just making that relationship between the client and my business very strong. Yeah, and we have a waiting list, and not all of them are people we've turned down, but yeah, so I feel like that's how you make a stance in the community, is actually being more than just a business and looking at numbers and money. That will come, but actually having a relationship with your business, and that way it can forward down to your clients as well.
So my guess is, Anna, you have multiple ways to differentiate yourself from your competitors, not just your ability to not scratch the floors and damage furniture and leave holes in the walls, but something as thoughtful as leaving flowers for clients.
Yeah, but I just got yesterday I had a new client, and she said she's tried all of Dublin's top cleaning companies, and she was hesitant to start, but it was like 2 months, she called and was getting ready to have a baby. But so yesterday we cleaned, and she said our floors were the best that any company has ever done. So that was good feedback.
Nice. Wow. So I'm assuming you're going to keep her, right?
Yeah. Usually every client we keep reoccurring business, like monthly, bi-weekly, weekly clients we have. So yeah.
So your new leads, are they referrals? Word of mouth from happy clients?
Yeah, most of them are word of mouth. Right now I'm not marketing at all because I just don't have the staff for new clients. So which I have goals to change that. But yeah, so it's mostly word of mouth.
Okay. Excellent. So doing a good job, you get more jobs, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think it takes to run a successful small business?
Educating yourself. When in the beginning, when I was cleaning a lot, I would put podcasts on and just educate myself, listen, eat, sleep, learning about business. I feel like that has helped me, minus, little setbacks and hiccups, but it's what helped me and kept me going, and is motivating me to do better and work harder and get bigger.
Okay. Any specific area you felt was most beneficial? Was it finances, HR, business planning?
I've kind of always had like a natural drive to wanting to own my own business. I wanted to open up a gym, but that's way too costly in the beginning for a new business. But so cleaning company, and then just learning really just the taxes and discovering that. I feel like that was kind of a big thing for me, like writing off things and business deductions, and when you should and how you should pay your taxes, definitely as an LLC owner. Yeah, that's the only really struggle that I feel like I've had.
Okay. How about industry insight? We tend to think that because we know how to, make widgets or, offer a particular service, that we're ready to go start a business doing that. And cleaning services are anything but easy. I mean, there's a technique, you know this, there's a technique, there's the right and wrong equipment and tools. How did you approach that? Is it also the podcast?
Yes, watching YouTube videos. There's a few teachers that actually teach businesses, cleaning businesses, like smart ways to clean a home, more time efficient. And then also having that mentor that I've said earlier, he really, helped me learn the right supplies. Instead of just buying Target brand or whatever cleaner, I actually have commercial cleaning products that are good for the environment and kind of stand by my values, and I use them in my own home. So yeah, just having a mentor and just educating yourself.
Okay, excellent. So, all right. So you're definitely not operating in a vacuum. It's not all you. You're out there pulling in other information. So you're doing a lot of research and self-education.
Yeah, there's a lot of competitors where there's just like single cleaners who get paid under the table and get paid like $40 for 4 or 5 hours of work. Just but they seem to filter themselves out, because the quality ends up getting lower and people just aren't happier. So yeah.
Okay. So you have a keen eye on what's going on around you. So you know who your competitors are and who's coming and going and what they are or aren't doing.
Yeah, and it's really weird after like some people are like, oh, will you do a deep clean of my home? My previous cleaner was cleaning with bleach and was damaging things. Well, I'll like go around behind another popular maid service in the community, and I would just see so much that they weren't doing, and they've been going there for weeks and months even, like dust buildup and just things I personally would never have, let go that bad. And that's also one big fear of having like a staff is like you want them, because once you get so big, you can't really manage, the way you would like to. So, and that's one of my big concerns with staff is that they'll see something and just walk by it, So I just want to make sure the quality is kept up.
Any thoughts on how you plan to approach that? Because based on what you were saying earlier, you do intend to expand the business. So once you're relying more on employees to deliver those services and maintain that quality, how do you think you'll approach that?
Right now, I really just train them. I let them walk around with me the first day and then verbally, talk with them. Then the next time I will let them like clean a half bathroom and I'll like time them and then I'll go back over their work and like show them like this is, you could have done this better or you did a great job. So yeah, just coaching them I feel like is more beneficial, and also rewarding them, like giving them Starbucks cards or, making them feel like they're appreciated, because they are.
Okay. And that's a really good point, making sure that the employees feel that they're appreciated and that their contribution is being recognized. So that's a nice touch, and that goes hand in hand with, leaving flowers for a client occasionally. So it's recognizing that relationship and how important it is to everyone.
Yeah.
So what tools or resources allows you to run your business more easily or more efficiently?
Well, I use software. It's called Jobber. It's a CRM. It's manages a lot of my client information, secure processing payments, and then appointment reminders. All of my financial reports are on there. Employees can view their schedule. So that is one thing that I rely heavily on. And that's really all that I've used,
Okay, so you run a lean operation.
Yeah.
So Jobber is HR and your accounts payable and receivable and everything all in one.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. And so that's Jobber, Jobber.
Yeah, that's a service. It's for like service companies like lawn care, and they have like a lot of options for fleet management where you can track your employees' location, employee timekeeping. It's just all in one, and it's ran my business thus far.
Okay. And can clients access that as well? Is that where they engage your services? Okay.
Yeah.
And you find it's cost effective?
Oh yeah. Yep. And it's saves me a lot of time.
Okay.
In the beginning, when I had my very first client, I didn't know of Jobber, but I was like playing around in Canvas trying to make an invoice real nice, and I was like, there has to be a better way. So then I just Google searched that and found Jobber, and it was the better one.
Excellent. Okay.
Yeah.
So how does the reality of running a small business compare to your expectations?
Just the getting your hands dirty. I felt like I would grow bigger quicker as far as hiring employees and not clean myself as long as I have been. Just that's one of the biggest humbling experiences, actually getting your hands dirty, and just you have to do what you have to do because nobody cares about your business like you do. So yeah, I feel like in big network, like joining a local chamber of commerce near you and having other business owners to be able to talk to kind of helps alleviate that, push you through to the next level,
It's your support group of sorts, right?
Yeah.
It's I think important what you just said, that nobody cares about your business like you do. So no matter who you hire, it's very likely they're not going to care as much as you do. So something you face every day, every time you hire an employee, every time an employee walks into a client's house.
Yeah, it's very scary because, you don't know what people's intentions are, and having them into someone's home is, I feel, big responsibility, breaking items or, theft could happen, which thankfully it hasn't, but it's just very scary. I would feel, I just feel scared sometimes when you think about it.
A lot of nervousness in your business, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't want the police called on us for something that would happen,
Right. Good point. So knowing what you do about your competitors, what would you say your competitors are doing wrong?
I don't feel like they can help it. I feel like every business will get to that level eventually, but maybe mine will too. That, you grow so big so fast that you stop caring about the quality. And I don't want to do that, but I feel like that's what all my competitors are. They've grown so big so fast where the quality doesn't matter. It's more like get out there and just keep making money, money, money. And that's where my clients I've talked to are having issues because the quality isn't good and they're paying, quite a bit of money for services that are just not up to par with their standards.
Okay. Any thoughts on how you plan to approach that issue? You did talk about expanding the business. So do you think there is an ideal size, or is there a new business model or structure that would allow you to expand without compromising quality or profitability?
I feel like I just have to find the right employees, just like, I have to find the right clients for my business. It just has to be somebody that stands out, that's a quality person that I would trust, I don't know. There's just you just got to interview and make sure that they're the good fit for your business. And I feel like with that more screening, I can filter out the ones that would be wasting money and time.
Mm-hmm. And possibly jeopardizing your brand.
Yes.
Are you identifying, or have you identified a particular area that you find more successful employees? Are they stay-at-home moms who are looking for part-time day gigs? Are they college students? Are they retired professionals? Any idea?
Usually they have a cleaning background and moms. I have like just hiring diverse women. It seems like they help me. Like some of them don't speak very good English, but I felt like you can see the quality of their work and that they show up every day and they're looking for a better opportunity. So helping them have that better opportunity, I feel like that's where I get more loyal employees in my field.
Okay. So you're not just casting a broad net and accepting anybody who walks in. You're being careful. You know what you're looking for. So it kind of goes back to, this instinct. You know what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. So, and we already touched on this, about what makes your business stand out from your competition. So you're doing a good job. You're taking little steps to demonstrate that you appreciate the relationship you have with your customers. You appreciate their business. Anything else you do to stand out? Do you try to compete on price?
I would say just being involved with the community. Like we have a drive where I drop clothes off, like clients can get rid of whatever they want in their house and I'll pick it up and take it to the local free store. And just being involved in the community has helped my business as well.
Excellent. Okay. So we've talked about community several times. So it is really, you're describing being engaged and involved with these households, these families, beyond just, loading the dishwasher and running the vacuum cleaner. There's much more to it than that. So
yeah, I think so. And then also, like I said, when I first started, I didn't want to clean all of Ohio. I really wanted to focus my business on the community that I lived in. My business supports other local business owners. I personally support other local business owners. So I just feel like growing the community that you live in. Yes, I live in Columbus, but I'm a part of Dublin, and I just feel like what you give, you get back, and I do like that.
That was really well put. I should put that on a plaque, or we could cross stitch that.
Yeah.
Nicely said. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, no problem.
Can you describe your approach to marketing your business? I know you said you've kind of put your marketing on hold because you're pretty busy now, but when you are marketing, how do you handle that? What's your approach?
So really, right when I was marketing, I would do like next door. I did hire a marketing company. I'm not sure how well or not well they were doing marketing my business. A lot of people do try to take advantage of new business owners by calling your phone. It's just nonstop calls and trying to sell you services. So I did fall for that a couple times, but I would make, like, I downloaded a Canva, which is like an upgrade, and you can upgrade it. And I would make my own marketing, and I would set a schedule on Instagram and Facebook where it would post automatically, and have you can put keywords in that would engage certain clients you were looking for, and that would give me all my business.
Okay, so you really relied on social media.
Yes. I feel like the third party, like vendors like Angie Leads and Home Advisors and Yelp, they just really damage and hurt small businesses. So that's one thing I would tell other business owners: do not do that.
Okay, excellent. I've heard that from other clients. What's your thought on door-to-door flyers, yard signs?
Yeah, I did actually. I have I did make like a spring special last year when I first opened. I just would mail random I made a nice flyer, got them printed out at like FedEx with good quality print paper, and did have like a special, like a spring cleaning special, and mailed that to like people, like 300. I paid for 300 postage and got them fancy envelopes, and then sealed them with a nice little wax melt, and just made it look fancy. And I did get quite a bit of clients from that too. So just, yeah, there's other companies you can hire that would make that process, do that process for you. But it actually added like a little bit of clean linen smell. So when they opened up the envelope, it would smell good. So, I mean, I don't feel like other companies, I mean, if you were to hire a company to do that for you, they would put that quality in, and it is overpriced.
Okay. And that was a do-it-yourself option though. So you handled that yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice touch. But you find that your social media strategy.
Social media, yes. That was in the beginning. I mailed out all those. I probably wouldn't do it again, but that was just getting started. You know, you have to filter ideas out.
Right. That's really valuable. Marketing is some trial and error. You know, there are ideas and hypotheses, and you take the information and you run with it. And if it works, great. And if it doesn't, then you try something else. So that's really valuable. You know.
Yeah, and also having a plan. A marketing plan is also good. You know, before you start your
good point. And we all hate planning. We hate research. What's your advice to a small business owner in terms of a marketing plan?
Marketing plan, I would consider just scoping out what your business, where you want your business, the location you would like your business to service, and then just growing off of that, like what your competitors do. You know, search their social media, search your website, look at their bad Google reviews, and filter your business to be better than theirs, you know. Also, having a business partner. A lot of people just open up a business by themselves, but I think it would be very beneficial to develop any kind of plan, whether it's marketing, taxes, and hiring, if you had somebody with you, you know. So I feel like a lot of people don't consider that, but I think it would help you stay focused and stay in the game longer than just throwing in the towel and giving up.
Mm-hmm. So you have somebody else with you rowing right along. You're not just the only one there looking for customers. And excellent. Yes. Thank you. That's great information. So your favorite marketing tool. So you are using Instagram, and what was the other one?
Facebook.
Facebook. Okay. All right. Does one of those perform better than the other in terms of generating leads?
Facebook does. I feel like my generation and the generation, people older than me, they use Facebook, and that's really who hires house cleaners. And Instagram's more so young, and they don't really have a lot, but it's good to have your page on there as well.
Mm-hmm. And that's a valuable piece of information. We emphasize identifying your target market and then choosing the social media channels that your target market uses. And you just described that perfectly. So you know that homeowners who are going to hire your services are your age and older, and they're going to be on Facebook. So it would make sense that's where you would go, instead of taking a scattershot approach and trying to get all of them, or focusing on yard signs. Or
the younger people, like if I make a Facebook reel, a reel like is a video where it has music or something and photos, that also engages the younger clients on like my Instagram, but they're just scrolling and watching videos on social media.
So they're not looking for somebody to engage, to hire for the service.
Yeah.
It's entertainment.
Yeah.
Edutainment, isn't that? You could be the new form of edutainment there.
Yeah.
So funding is always a favorite topic. So funding a business is always a challenge. So how did you manage this, and how are you funding your business growth?
In the beginning, like I said, I had a baby, and my husband wanted me to take a whole year off of work. So I was saving up for a while because I was preparing myself to take a year off work. 4 months into being home with the baby, I was like, I want to do this now. I have the finance, I can do this now. So I just had money saved up and invested into that. I didn't necessarily have a plan, but I knew the cost and I knew that I could do it. And then funding my business now, money comes in and I spend it on supplies where I need it. Like I said, I have a vendor for my cleaning supplies, so that really helps and helps cut cost, and then also helps maintain inventory.
Okay. All right. So how are you managing and allocating your operating budget?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I just see I'm only 11 months into this, but I really just pay attention to my growth and what my business needs. And then just making the budget for that.
Okay. Right.
That's probably an area I can benefit on. There's so many hats that I wear that I'm not perfect, but that is probably an area that I could keep track of things better. Like that.
Okay. And it's so important to recognize that and to be able to admit it. So I applaud your confidence. I don't know that I would say it. So, right?
Yeah. Really, we're making decent money that maybe I should be budgeting it, but I really haven't had to,
Okay. But you know that your business would benefit from budgeting and forecasting, all those great things you have to do. So, but Jobber helps you with that. So
yes, I do save my data, so I am able to forecast revenue and stuff. So yeah.
Okay. All right. So you do have a sense of what's going on. So it's not. Yeah.
I'm not just saying it.
Right. What role does your budget play in your decision-making process?
It depends on how many clients I can take on. How much more money do I need to grow to support payroll and to support myself, as well as supplies that I may need. So yeah, okay. It's a lot more in depth than that, but that's just a brief rundown.
Okay. All right. We already talked about Jobber. I was going to ask about software. So does Jobber handle your accounting for you as well?
Yes and no. It just stores data. I have an Excel sheet where I manually put that data in each month at the end of the month and beginning of a new month. It helps me keep track of how much taxes were collected per month and how much money altogether I made, and then how much tips the clients have tipped. So I keep track of that manually, but Jobber provides the reports.
Okay. And you mentioned taxes. So any advice you would offer to other small businesses on the joys of sales tax and dealing with those returns and tracking that information?
Make sure you have a great business plan and you educate yourself so much before you sign up for it or open your business. You know, I would just make sure you know what you're doing and don't open too early, because then you just educate yourself on what you need.
Right.
You know?
And we try to remind clients that if they get their vendor's license, that they can start collecting sales tax, but they don't start business for another 6 months, they're still responsible for reporting zero sales for those 6 months. So, yeah. And it is not an easy process.
Yeah, I feel like it's not easy, but having a plan and that would be much more beneficial than to what I did, which was open and just start winging it with the taxes.
Okay, excellent.
I don't recommend that.
A normal day at the office, what does that look like for you?
Okay, so normal day at the office, which is my home right now. I will, get the kids up, get them off to school, and then usually if I have to clean, go clean, come back around noon, sometimes, usually, and then, check emails, return phone calls if I missed any, check in on employees, check in on clients. It varies day to day what I'm doing. So as long as my business is still functioning and everything's good and I'm hitting all my daily list of things to do. So yeah, and then also keeping track of cleaning supplies, cleaning wash rags and sanitizing those kind of things. That's also a day-to-day type task. So yeah.
When things are stressful, when you have lots of things going on at the same time, how do you prioritize?
If I have to do it at midnight, it's getting done. So I know that I can't sacrifice my quality because I don't feel like doing it at that moment.
Okay.
So sacrifice the quality of my business.
Okay. So you're talking about working at midnight, which it makes everybody happy. Would you say that you work 40 hours or less in a week?
Yeah, I would say I work maybe more than that. Like I work 6 to 7 days a week and sometimes like 14 days in a row. So yeah, but it's not like 8-hour back-breaking days, it's just, being aware of things that I have to do to keep things going.
Okay. So anybody who comes to the table and says that they want to start their own small business because they don't want to work as much as they were working for somebody else, would you say that's an unreasonable expectation?
I would say yes, and it depends on what business you're starting and your business plan. I feel like I did a couple series with you with SBDC on business plan, marketing plan, and just so different when you're actually in there. I should have focused more and really put more detail into it than I did. That would have helped me and saved me a lot of time. But I feel like every small business owner looking to start a business should really just put as much detail as you can, project 6 months down the road, projects a year down the road, a lot, just planning and educating yourself.
Okay. Thanks for that. That's great. And it's tough. Most of our clients come to us with a really exciting idea and they're so eager to get started that they want to just jump right over the planning, the research, and jump into delivering and doing what it is that they're passionate about or they're excited about at the moment. So
yeah, I feel like that's a quick way to fizzle out your passion. Like, not having a good plan will easily diminish your passion for doing the reason why you started. Sorry.
Yeah. How would you say percentage-wise your time is divided between actual delivery of the service and then compared to managing the business? So
delivery of service probably 10 to 15%, and the rest of it is managing. I do have a goal of having a office manager eventually, someone to just take the calls, keep up on emails, just provide more feedback and with marketing and posting marketing things and just doing all that. Maybe, it saved me some time.
Okay. And it's valuable
wouldn't-
information. We tend to think
Yeah.
if we run a business that we would spend all of our time making cupcakes, when in actuality, 15 to 20% of our time is spent making cupcakes and the rest is running the business making cupcakes.
Yeah, it's very, it's hard work, but I mean, I enjoy it. I enjoy challenges. Yeah, I enjoy what I do. I would not start a business if it wasn't something that I thought was just going to make me money and I didn't enjoy it,
Okay. So if it was 11 months ago, would you, knowing then what you know now, would you do it again?
Yes, I would.
Yeah. Okay, you didn't even hesitate. I love that.
Yes, I would. Yeah, I mean, I've been in the medical field for 8 years and now I'm making more money than I ever have. And I enjoyed helping people when I was in nursing, but now I'm really enjoying having a little bit more time with my kids, having, semi-financial freedom, not living paycheck to paycheck like I was. And I enjoy the challenges that having my own business brings, Yeah.
So there's so many trade-offs. You actually have more quality time with your family and more autonomy and more money.
Yes, but it's a big sacrifice to myself. I've had to give up a lot of things that I enjoyed, like a lot of free time of when I like going to the gym after work. I haven't been to the gym in a long time now because I have other things I have to tend to. But I do want to, once I'm growing, I would like to give out more tasks to where I can just maybe open up another business or sit back and not delegate more tasks out, basically.
Okay. So you would say that being a small business owner has instituted, reprioritized things for you, whether you liked it or not.
Yeah, it has. And I do like it. I wouldn't trade it, or I wouldn't go back to where I was. Being your own boss has its ups and downs, but like I said, if you were to open with a partner, it'd be a little bit better and less pressure on you.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I do enjoy it.
Okay. So you're the best boss you've ever had.
Yes, I would say so.
Okay. So we touched on managing customer relationships. We talked about delegating tasks, balancing being a business owner with your personal life. Do you find that there's conflict there? Are you able to manage that pretty well?
I would say, yeah, I'm able to manage. It just depends on the day. I've worked, since I've opened my business, I've worked every Sunday since, and I've had to sacrifice a lot of family time on that day particularly, but during the week is like my favorite time. I used to look forward to the weekends, but now I look forward to actual week because I have a little bit more free time in the early afternoon to be with my kids and my family. So yeah, just making sacrifices, and you get in where you can fit in. I feel like my business is another baby of mine that I have to tend to constantly. Yeah.
Is it the needier of the children?
No.
No.
I would say it's pretty tied with my 15-month-old. Yeah, it's pretty tied.
So on the subject of family, we don't do what we do alone. There's support around us. So is your family supportive? And if so, how do you manage that relationship? Because they know that, like you said, suddenly you're working every Sunday and you do have free time during the week. And so how does that affect your immediate family?
Well, my husband has been pretty supportive, not always, but pretty, supportive. He plays basketball on Sundays, so I've had to adjust my coworkers and my schedule to fit his hobbies and then family events. But as a trade-off, he is an accountant, so he does keep track of, sorts through my expenses each month for me. So yeah, my kids have been with me to work sometimes when in the beginning I've just started. But yeah, I've had to bring my baby in a car seat and bring him into a client's house with their approval and clean. So, I mean, you just have to do what you have to do.
Nice.
I've had to bring the baby to the bank with me to open up different banking accounts. He's been everywhere with me. He's been on the SBDC classes I was taking at the time. So yeah.
So your business is a family affair. Everybody's involved to some extent. When your kids are older, you can tell them, you've gone to work with me, you just don't remember it. Right?
Yeah, my 15-month-old actually loves sweeping the floor, loves like pretending he's wiping things down. Every time I turn the vacuum on, he comes running to like stand in front of it and just watch it. So I feel like I'm passing on some pretty good traits to my kids. Yeah.
He's ready to inherit the business.
Yeah.
Just take some more time, you know.
Yeah.
So we're at 1:28 here. We've got 2 minutes. So last question. What advice would you give to anyone considering starting their own business?
I'm going to say it again, but planning. I feel like really taking like 6 months to develop a deep plan, step by step, even consider things that wouldn't happen or things that would. Really developing a business plan and considering having a partner and help is what I would recommend. Okay. Educating yourself, whether it's opening a food truck or whatever your business avenue is, really educating yourself on other business owners who have done it themselves and reflecting that to your plan. It'll save you time.
So also, really emphasizing that point. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. Also getting involved with the community and finding mentors and support systems really help too.
Okay, great. Thank you for sharing all that information about your business and your life and what it looks like now compared to 11 months ago. So thanks for being here.
I'm sorry I'm not like the best public speaker, so I appreciate you guys bearing with me.
You did a fabulous job. Thank you. You couldn't have been any better. So
thank you.
Thanks for being here. For anyone watching, again, this is our first installment in our Small Business Spotlight series. So we'll be doing this every month. So drop onto our calendar of events and see who we have scheduled up next. And if you have questions, if you'd like to connect with us, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. SBDC@cscc.edu. That's in CSCC is in Columbus State Community College.edu. Or you can visit us on the web at sbdccolumbus.com. And Destiny, anybody who's interested in engaging your services, what's your web address?
You can email me at Destiny Layton, Layton, at luxcleaningco.co.
Okay, excellent. And if they make it past the screening process, they might have a shot at actually getting services.
Oh, yes. Looking for my services, yes. Well, thank you for having me. I feel honored that I was the first initial guest on this series, so thank you.
Yeah, you set a pretty high bar for the rest of the year, so thanks for doing that.
Thanks. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.